Awesome. Hope you guys are doing really well. Today we're gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about what's going on with the stock market right now, whether it's gonna go up from here, go down from here, and some of the trades that we've done in the past, as well as looking forward, what is it to look for moving forwards as well. And when we have time, we also talk about what's going on as well. If you have any questions at all, you can just send your questions down the chat box there and we will be here to assist you big time. Yeah, just a chat box. You can send it to hosts and panelists. We are here for you. Hi, Doctor Wiki. Lots of doctors here. Awesome. Cool. Let's go straight into it. Right. Beautiful. Now. Awesome. Have I? Cool. So, hi, Theo. So let's share my screen straight away. Awesome. Awesome. Really nice to see a lot of you. Yeah. So what happened to the stock market? Let me just go to finviz.com. So you kind of have a look to see if you understand what happened to the stock market. Let's go to maps. Yeah. So we have kind of like a sector rotation things kind of going on right now. Today, Google saying that they are trying to borrow 80 billion. Yeah, just trying to set up more data center. Okay, they're gonna sell their shares. Sell up 80 billion. Google, one of the guys with a lot of free cash flow, also decided to sell their shares. And they sell 10 billion of them to Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway. So now Google is top five Berkshire Hathaway stock right now. You know, yeah, it's one of the top five right now. The number one is Apple. The second one is what is it? Amex. The third one is which one? This is not really updated. But yeah, but Google is a top five right now. Top three buys, Google. They didn't really include. Yeah, buy to sell 80 billion, buys 10 billion Google stock. Top five. All right. So that's one of them. Do we go in and buy it straight away? So what? How come the price came down? Because they had to sell their shares. Just temporary. It's not good or bad. They're trying to borrow money. That's what they're trying to do. With a loan rate right now, they get 20%, 10%. They just decide to sell their shares because their share is at all-time high. They'll be like, oh, why not? Why not sell their shares? And they sell their shares to Berkshire Hathaway, and he bought it. And now it's started coming down 3% today. One of the biggest thing, down 3% today. And yeah, is it a bad thing? It's not really a bad thing. People invest in themselves anyway. People get loan to invest in themselves to move forward, to growth. Like Alphabet, if they don't invest in themselves, they will never grow. You won't have AI in your Google search. You're gonna get replaced. You're gonna stay the same. So companies usually spend 30% of their money, 40% of their money investing in themselves, like Meta investing big time. Lots of stocks, we talk about they invest big time in themselves. It's a very, very normal situation. It's only not normal when you don't borrow money to invest in yourself. So yeah, so Berkshire now investing now 10 billion into Alphabet. Do we buy straight away? Not really. Okay, it's okay if you want to say, oh, Raymond, let me just buy now. Well, it's okay to buy now, but you have to mentally prepare it's gonna come all the way down. So if it comes all the way down for your losses, don't blame me. Okay, don't blame me. So but eventually you're gonna make back the money. Okay, eventually you're gonna make back the money. This is a beautiful part about trading and investing. Initially, just like having a baby, just like when you first invest in yourself, just like when you first get a job, 30 days you don't get paid. After 30 days you get paid. Same thing with investing in stocks usually. Initially, you're gonna lose some money. Um, But later on, things is gonna come back for you because eventually it gonna go up, go back up big time. But I personally wouldn't do it like that. I will personally wait for extreme fear, and then get in then, and I will start buying bits by bits during extreme fear time. Yeah. So that's what our apprentices will do as well. Okay. So that's what happened to Google, where Warren Buffett really bought a lot of them. Now it becomes the top. Google now become the seventh largest holding. Yep, should be top five holding. Let's see. We've got, yep, American. So we got American Express is number two, Coca-Cola number three, Bank of America number four, number five should be Alphabet. If you see here, yeah, number five. So that's kind of what happened. If I show you the percentage wise, how much he bought. Yep, 25% for Apple. It used to be 50%. He sold half of them. And what is this? American Airways 16%. He hasn't touched this for a long time. 10%. Bearing American 9%. Alphabet almost 6%. Chevron, Occidental Petroleum. Wow. These two is the same. These two is about getting into energy stocks, thinking that, energy is gonna go crazy for some time. So he own now 10% of these energy stocks. Moody, Chop is a accounting. The rest is just less than 1%, nothing big. Yeah. Lena, and he also bought something, acquired something straight away. We call it a home building stocks. That is Berkshire acquire a home building stock probably just 2 days ago. Taylor Morrison, you went up 20%, just like that. Um, yeah, it spiked up like that. So why he gained to home building stock? It would used to be at the bottom. All the home building right now is at the bottom because interest rate is going high, and so a lot of these real estate stocks are coming down because when interest rate is rising, when we are increasing the interest rate, usually people would not build homes. People don't want to build homes. People don't do anything. So he just bought at the low here, and yeah, it spike up a little bit just then. Lena, for example, lots of our students own Lena, DR Holton. A lot of these home building stocks, you're gonna make money eventually. Not right now, you might be down a little bit, but eventually, if you're patient enough, you're gonna make your money all back. DR Holton. Yep. A lot of students sold already there at the top. Yeah, buy at the bottom just right here and so at the top just there. A lot of these home building stocks, you don't really want to buy these during extreme fear because they're not really moving a lot. Okay. During extreme fear time, you want to buy like stocks that's gonna keep you multi bagger. Okay. So, like for example, some of the stocks that we showed last week, I show you a list of beautiful stocks last week. AXTI, SIVE. Familiarize yourself with the name LITEIQEAEHR, CRCLEWY. What's EWY? This is like a South Korea stocks. Unicorn, Nito, O's, RPI, SOI, SNDK, SIMO, VPG, ARM, Marvel. If I show you what happened now, AXTI, since we talked about last week, AXTI, this is some of our apprentices stocks, and you can see even though a lot of things are coming down, this is going up like a rocket really beautifully. Yeah, AXT, INC, something to do with photonics. The best time to buy is, during extreme fear time, coming back to our when it crashed around 30%. So right now the price is 14. 14 crashed 30%. Let's see. 14 times 0.7, 98. Where is it? 98? Yeah, 98 is around, yeah, it's around there. Doing a little bit there is not the end of the world. Adding a little bit there. But I'll personally get in during when you see a volume spike like that. You see a volume spike? So coming back, we're gonna get in there again. What else? Last week we also talk about yeah, SIVE, SIF went up crazy today. Went up 50% SIF. SIVE, SIF. A lot of us own them. SIF stock price. 60% up today. Um, yeah, just like that, 60%. How long do you normally take to make 60%? People take 5 years to make 60%. Not my students, but yeah, but we talked about this last week. If you remember, these are all the recording from last week, 6 days ago. And that's for SIVE. Just to familiarize yourself with those names. We're not going to get in right now because market is a bit hot at the moment, a bit euphoria at the moment. Okay, AAIO also went up quite nicely then. And what else? We've got LITE. Um, what is the C? See if you can see, in 6 months' time, it went up 2,300%. From three, it went to like 60. 2,000%, guys. Crazy. If you put £100, 2,000% of £100. How much is that? £100, 2,000%. Let me calculate. You put £100 in this stock times 2,000%. I can't count anymore. Probably £200,000. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 200K a year of your salary just in 6 months like that. Really beautiful. Sievers. What is Sievers? Sievers is a stock where it's a very new stock. Is a Let's have a look. Let me see. 61 million in revenue, so it's still quite small. Sievers is a stock where it's one of the optical, they use one of the cable, one of them very, like, in order for you to have these old data centers and all of that, you will need one of these things. So let's look at some images. What is a Sievers stocks? Actually, let's use our AI. Do, 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 do. Ooh. Look. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. The next one that we talked about last week is IQ Light, LIT. Lots of students already own Light. It's one of our top stocks as well. Light is called Lumentum. It's the same. Yeah. Went up 13%, 14% today, just like that. And bouncing off our trend line just right here. Bouncing really, really beautifully like that. Lots of students already owned them during the last extreme fear, which is them. Yeah. The growth, the guidance of these stocks is crazy. Actually, all of these stocks that we talk about, one thing in common is that they have exceptionally powerful guidance. So, do your guidance homework. It's very good for you. And it's gone up now. The best time to buy them is when this guy crashed 30% again. So 130% is just around 70. Okay, just around 70. Could be buying a little bit just this trend line. But during extreme fever time, this guy is going to come down a little bit nicely, just around 60-ish here. We're almost there now, guys. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been crashing big time like the world has never seen before. Like, what's going on with Bitcoin? Look, it's been going up big time, 120, 220. This is extreme greed. Lots of our students, soldiers right there. And it came down really, really beautifully. And using our strategy, I also decided to sell some Bitcoin. Let me show you the screenshot. Oops, what's that? We started selling the screenshot just right at the high, almost selling everything at 12 of what is this? May, 12th of May, just there, selling our Bitcoin. What's the reason we sell our Bitcoin 12th of May? When is that? Let me see when it's 12th of May. 12th of May, we're just right at the top here. Okay, when it reaches like 81, 80, I was like, what's going on? What's going on? So I decided to sell. I bought some, during exchange fear here, I bought some Bitcoin and then, yeah, and I sold it here. This is not something I will hold forever, not really, unless I got in really, really cheap. If I got in the middle, I want to sell at the profit and call it a day if I got in the middle. Unless I got it super cheap, then maybe I will be fine. So we just sold, sell, everything on the 12th. Excuse me. Oh, Raven, how do you time the top like that? How do you know before it comes down? Okay, let's have a look. How do we know that? Let's see. What's the reason? So using the strategies that we taught you in our apprenticeship trainings as well. Let's see. So mainly using the tool that we've given you beautifully. Let me see if I can find a beautiful tool. Yeah, actually, one of the reasons is because in the June time, you can see crypto always come down in June on our seasonality from 2010 in the past 20 years. In June time, you can see things started to get a bit tricky here. And you see, it just came down like that. Well, it will go back up again in October time. Okay, now it's just chilling. We call it crypto winter. Now it's gonna crypto winter for like 2 to 3 months. If you haven't sold it yet, you still have it. Well, that's fine. If you're in profit, you can sell it. But if you have not in profit, then you hold it. Remember, if you're not using leverage, you only sell things when you are in profit. Okay, I cannot stress this enough because eventually you're gonna make money. It's just that you have to wait for a bit. So what was I saying? So I'm talking about. So that's first part, and the second part is also the feel angry for crypto. Let me have a look. Feel angry for crypto. At that time, where was that? 3 months ago. Oh yeah, I think it just stuck there. It's 12th of May. Let me see why I do that. So, but yeah, it just got stuck there. It's very, very high. It's a resistant line here, isn't it? Yeah. So we buy the bottom and we sell at the top, remember? Well, you don't really have to sell. It's not really a compulsory to sell, especially for stocks that is growing big time, trending up, your index, your ETF. Wow, if you don't sell, it's not the end of the world. So, but I decided to sell it because I know how to sell it. It's a very difficult strat. It's a very difficult thing to learn, especially if you do it by yourself. You can't always time the top, literally all the like millions of Bitcoin just sell just right at the top there, which is at fifth of, and I'm not even sure whether I'm gonna get it right or not. This is the thing about trading and investing. I never know whether I'm gonna get it right, but I just see some profits. I was like, okay, let's just call it a day. So that's 12th of May. So that's where we kind of shorted that. I mean, sell that. Let me see why. So. Then bit of spike of volume. Then yeah, it's around 82. It's like a psychology levels as well. If you remember, 80 something is like a support line. 80 has been a strong support for quite some time. Here, bounce off. Yeah. So Raven, where would you get into Bitcoin again? I would definitely get into Bitcoin again if I can't find anything else to buy. But you should know we will get into Bitcoin when we were at, let's see, we were at, let me see. Yeah, right now, what is it? 23, not there yet. You want to get in just below 10. Just write that down when it's below like 9. You just put a little bit in, a little bit in, a little bit in, a little bit in like that. And you can do anything. You can do Bitcoin, you can do Ethereum, you can do strategy, you can do Coinbase, you can even do Robinhood. You can even do what is that? Bitmine. Yeah, this six is exactly the same thing. All right. And yeah. So not yet, but we are very close. But let me tell you something interesting about Bitcoin. Yeah. Remember, Bitcoin is kind of like it has been acting a little bit like a leading indicator for stocks. What do you mean? So if I show you what happened to Bitcoin, all right. So you can see Bitcoin has been rallying big time, and then suddenly Bitcoin start crashing it down in 15th of January. Okay, Bitcoin started to crash down, and then what happened? And when Bitcoin crashes down, and Bitcoin found the bottom in where 5th of February. Literally, that's the bottom. Yeah, you can say it's the same like that. 30th of March could be the same, but it actually found a bottom around here, 6th of February. So if you remember what happened to stocks, this is like a leading stocks by 1 month. So this guy already came down. You can see right now stocks, but how much? This is in 15th of January. Stocks came down 2 months after, 1.5 months after. Now the same thing happened right now. Crypto went down in 12th of May. Remember I told you seasonality wise, in the middle of June is where things gonna come down a little bit. Let me show you. Do, 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 do. Yeah, those for those people who's been waiting. So remember we talked about this is June. Yeah, we're in June now. So usually it will rally a little bit until the middle. Can you see? The first week of June is quite nice, but the second week of June is just a bit tricky here. Okay, there's a pullback going on. So if you have any trades that you buy at all-time high, any trades that you are scared about, that the recent guidance is not increasing big time, okay, there is not a great bottleneck, that the PE ratio of that stock is very high, that you're using leverage on certain stocks that you bought, well, taking off some profits is not the end of the world, okay? Taking the profits is not the end of the world. But if you own, like, I don't know, index, well, you don't have to take the profits, you can just keep it forever. Yeah. So unless you really need it or something like that. Cool. So where am I? So yeah, so that's kind of what happened then. But personal finance is personal thing. So you have to ask me personally. All right, I don't know about your situation. Okay. Hence we have the apprenticeship so that we can help students personally, the one-to-one. But anyway, coming back. So yeah, so that's what happened to Bitcoin. So you can see Bitcoin started to crash. Okay, let's go trading view so you can see things properly. So you can see when things is gonna happen. Let's have a look. I'm gonna type on what I'm gonna type. I'm gonna type SP first. Okay. Wow, that means energy stocks might start going up, which is crazy. So this is SP. I'm gonna put something to compare, like put like Bitcoin like that. Okay. So the blue one is obviously Bitcoin. All right. So you can see here. Okay, actually here first. Bitcoin dropped in 19, and this guy doesn't really drop. This guy was going like sideways for quite some time, and then dropped like a month after, and then it started to drop, and then it's like a bottom together, and then went up big time together, and then Bitcoin dropped for a bit faster. Let's look at another one. Same thing with here. This is Bitcoin. This is 2020-24. Bitcoin rallied big time. Okay. And then it started to drop in December a little bit, but the real drop in Bitcoin happens in January time. But S&P 500 doesn't drop then. Can you see here, this 30th of January, Bitcoin started to drop here? But SP 500 doesn't drop. SP 500 was continue rallying big time, going to the moon. People will be like, wow, wow, let me just invest in stocks instead. And that's what happened. And then after that, stocks started to go down. This is called Trump Liberation Day. Trump literally come out and say, guys, you know what? Let's let's put on some tariff a little bit. Okay. So that's what happened then. What else? Do. Let's see. What is this? Yep, even though if I go to 2020, 21, the one that is famous. Yeah, in November time, you can see Bitcoin 2020, 21. We have a bear market in just during inflation time when the oil went up big time. So this is what happened. You can see Bitcoin started to fall while the stocks continue to rally, and then finally stocks come down massively there as well. This is 2020, 22. So write that down a little bit. Sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes Bitcoin can be a leading indicator for a stock. So just be careful a little bit. Okay, just be careful. Don't add any crazy positions right now. Yeah, it's about taking some profits off the table a little bit. Okay. Okay. So that's what happened then. Because in this training, we don't just want to help you to make, we want to help you to not lose so much as well. So, well, that's kind of what happened then. Now, there's something I want to talk about that is kind of go away. You went away, but we're gonna come back to that. Okay. So that's kind of what happens. It's quite interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So when would I buy Bitcoin? Maybe we'll go to 50, maybe we'll go to like 55. We we don't know just yet. All right. But we're still waiting for the fear to be super scared. Okay. And yeah, so this is just one of the indicators. So let's look at what happened to SP today. So SP 500 was very naughty today. Is very exactly where we are. So it went out like that. You're gonna see it's gonna struggle a little bit more. 1 month, isn't it? So that crashes in the 15. So we are on the second, probably one more week of a few days left, and that's what happened. Yeah. Let me show you some sectors. So let me really explain to you during okay, oh yeah, I remember. I want to put energy sector. What can you invest during this situation in the market crash? All right, let me add another one. I want to add energy sector on it and utility sector. I asked you guys to buy utility and energy. You might be down for a bit, but eventually you should go up if the market actually crash. So energy ETF and utility ETF, utilities ETF maybe. Yep, that one. Cool. So you see, when the market are actually coming down, the S&P 500 came down. Usually, energy sector going up a little bit. Okay. Usually, the utility sectors are tanking. But let's look at another one because that one Iran, so it's not too fair, is it? Let's see. Let's zoom it out. Not all the time. This is the tariff where everything came down like that. Okay. What else do we have? But obviously now it's about Iran, so it makes sense to have this energy, and AI requires a lot of energy and utility, so that makes sense as well. But during Liberation Day in 2024, tariffs is like everything together, isn't it? So most of the time, defensive stocks is like your energy and utilities, or any of your defensive stock will be quite okayly safe if you're really serious about things coming down, or if you just want to be ready and prepare some sector rotating. So what is it? So for example, this is you can it's a bit aha, but don't worry. Just look at the these colorful candlesticks. This is SP 500. It went down. Can you see the blue green blue green? It went down. This is 2022. During these candlestick coming down, energy sectors was going up big time. Oil and gas and things like that was going up big time, and these utilities also went up big time as well. Okay. So that is kind of what we are seeing it there. Okay. So just be a bit careful. Okay. Just a bit careful on that. Cool. So yeah. So a lot of the stocks that no matter how powerful, so let's continue back. Where is it? Let's continue our thing. Okay. So let's continue this. I will show you no matter how powerful the stock is, like light, very powerful, a lot of things are very powerful. When the SP 500 came down, these will usually come down as well. Let's look at IQE. Let's see what is that. We're just going to familiarize ourselves with these names because when the time comes, we're just gonna you kind of not so strange because you kind of need to expose yourself 7 times before you do buy something, isn't it? That's what humans like. They think about it, 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 procrastinate, think about it 7 times. Only then they want to do something. IQE AEHR. So this is like that. AEHR. Our test went up 20% today. What's going on? We talked about all this last week, isn't it? Yep. Today went up 20%, just like that. From the extreme fear here. From 2 went up to 12, 5 times your money, just like that. And how do you know about this AHE test? Let me show you. AEHR. This is a conductors and stuff. Let me show you the guidance of this guy. Give me the past 4 earning guidance outlook of AEHR. You don't usually type everything, but there we go. So what is Sievers? We talked about just now that went out 60% today. Bottleneck solve current AI agents are okay. Let's read. Not this. I'm talking about Sievers. So design photonics, wireless semiconductor solutions. Its photonics products include high power lasers, optical AI data center, and high performing computing. What bottlenecks exist of AI center are becoming limited by how fast and efficiency data can move between GPU. So if you want your data center to be not so big to take so much space, you need a very good cable. Training and inference are not only about NVIDIA, GPU needs to talk to each other at an insane speed. Copper cables consume too much power. They create a lot of heat problems. So these Sievers photonics create targets optical interconnects, laser arrays, and light source. In simple words, Sievers is trying to solve the AI data highway bottleneck. Very similar to Lumentum, very similar to AI factory need faster, lower power optical so we can communicate. This is actually based in Switzerland or Sweden. Why this matters? Announce a partnership with Develop External Light. The company says, okay, they're going to save 80% lower energy consumption than copper. We can save some energy, which is good, like optic fiber. Sievers also say laser support Global Foundries silicon photonics. Global Foundries is a very famous platform that almost everyone is using. Marvel was using it, Meta was using it, Google was using it. Optical engine targeting 25. The risk, real hardware exposure is a small financial risk. Net sales have fallen a little bit, but because that's before they started to, have this partnership to do this optical thing. And management say pipeline grew 7 to 70%. Our criteria is 30%. So it definitely fits our criteria. But pipeline is not the same as book revenue. Also, Silver stated correct parts of preparing US dual listing. Yeah, they're gonna list in both ways because if you just list in Sweden, you can't find this on IG. You can only trade this on eToro or maybe trading to one too. Silver's AI data center needs a faster power photonics could matter if optical interconnects. My view is a cleaner play and all of that. Okay, next one, AEHR. I'm just going to familiarize yourself with a lot of these names because let me tell you guys something. Right now, S&P 500 many years ago are just about oil and gas, like energy, like vehicle and stuff like that. But in a few years from now, even a few months from now, S&P 500 is going to be mainly about what? About technology. So I know we are not very technology savvy, and you don't have to be, but I'm just gonna give you an overview of things like that, so you kind of know. Like Warren Buffett, the reason why he's not investing in technology stocks is because this hence he's been underperforming in these lately few years or few months because he just don't use it. He don't have the new circle of competence. So we are increasing your circle of competence, guys. Yeah. Even MBA wouldn't do that. I just, some of our students just MBA Oxford. Guess how much is MBA, guys? Let's go at Oxford MBA. Any MBA in the country, in the UK, any MBA is how much? Let me show you. Some of our students we know just finish MBA and they cannot get a job. Some of my friends. Where is MBA? Let me see how much is it. I'm gonna digress a little bit. Where's MBA? Where's a fee? Yeah, it's around 88K. 88K for 1 year. £88,000, 800 for 1 year. And let me tell you what you learn on this. This is what you learn, you know, download brochure. How do you know what you learn? You learn, we basically cover everything what the MBA does. I'm going to show you. 88 for a year, but usually it takes 2 years, so it's around 130. How do I see what you're going to learn? Download brochure. Let's download for a bit. Digress a little bit. Wow, I can't even download the brochure. Programs, is this program? Anyway, you will learn about what you will learn. Okay, academy, curriculum. This is what you're going to learn about, okay? £88,000. You're going to learn about some beautiful stuff like how to do business in Africa. A lot of our students, a lot of people, a lot of my friends, they went to MBA, they want to learn trading and investing. And that's the reason why they go on MBA. They want to learn trading and investing. They want to analyze businesses. And this is what you're going to learn. You're going to learn about how to do business in Africa. Okay. Beautiful countries, but the currency is so low. I'm not sure how you're going to make money. Fintech. What? Let me see. It's very beautiful. Let me show you what you're going to learn. Where is it? This is a breakdown of the topics. You can see we cover a lot of these topics beautifully. Core course, can I click on it? Elective core course, let's click on it. 8 core courses you will take. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah. So the first thing that you're going to learn is how to use AI. AI doesn't exist last year, so they just added this. How to use AI in analytic projects in marketing, how to run an ads on AI, okay? Business history. How do you understand about 19950, like 1960, 2000, all of that business history, so you learn about history, okay? Like the theoretical stuff. Capitalism in debate. You learn about why money is important. Capitalism. You learn about corporate turnaround and business transformation. This is a little bit about business. We talk about some turnarounds as well when things are right, but they're not gonna go through so detailed for you, so simple to understand. When stocks are negative, suddenly they become neutral and it went up positive big time. This happened for a lot of the stocks, like Snowflake almost there. A lot of things gone up big time like that. And we call it business turnaround. Yeah, from negative, losing money to making money. Corporate valuation, business valuation. You learn this in week one. In to how do you use valuation method? We use a PE ratio, the price to earnings ratio. You want to buy stock that is a historical low PE, corporate valuation. Entrepreneurial finance project, entrepreneurial project. Executive finance, financial crisis. You study about financial crisis. We study that all the time. We study about Iran war. We study about last year. We study about Corona. All of these crash during extreme fever time. System thinking for leadership in complex global strategy, governance in ethics, moral impacting in impact investing. They learn about investing a little bit. How do you do investing, impact investing in an ethical way? Like in plants, in like green energies, investing in public equity and fixed income. This is like investing in bonds. Like this is like investing in like currency, public equity. Public equity, you already know, stocks and shares. They're using some fancy name to scare you a little bit. Public equity. What is public equity? Stocks and shares that you can trade publicly. Leadership in perspective from the humanities, leading projects, mergers and acquisition, negotiation. You negotiate with your husband all the time. Politics, private equity, psychology, economic decision, regeneration, business reputation, innovation, change, supply chain management. All of that beautiful stuff. And then you go to do business in Africa and you do all this beautiful, very, very theoretical stuff. Nothing about when do you buy, nothing about when do you sell, nothing about stocks, nothing about, all of that. And how much? Let's see how much. This is why I'm talking about this because it's so famous now. A lot of people graduate from this. This is the best one. Oxford is the best one, by the way. And yeah, also my friends, they study there. Imperial people, they like to keep studying, so they spend all this money, £135,000 just to study this. And then you realize that news just came out today. How many people cannot get anything after doing this. They don't know how to start a business. They don't know how to trade and invest. They don't know how to they don't know how to do nothing. So I just want to say congratulations to a lot of you. Yeah, £132,000. 1 year, £88,000. 2 years, £132,000. Easy job, isn't it? Peanuts. And yeah, we learn in one chapter, in 1 week itself, you already cover most of the people. One of my friends who study, are just showing exactly what some of the modules that we taught in our training. It was like mind blown. Wow, what is this? um, and they don't guarantee anything. This is MBA students, jobless 50%. 52% of the MBA is people who spend at least £100,000 in their training, no job, no future. So I just want to say congratulations for a lot of you for learning some new, powerful, practical skills on exactly how to do it. Yeah, total investment per person is normally £450,000 with the eating fees, with the school fees, with all these extra books, with all these exam fees, all of that. £140,000. And it's very normal. Millions and millions of people attend all these MBA training all the time. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, I want to say congratulations for you to willing to invest in yourself big time, to take your life to the next level. Awesome. So let's come back. Let's come back to this a little bit. So what we're trying to do right now, we're trying to let you understand, familiarize yourself with some of these topics, so you completely get what we're on about. So EHR has come back, and yeah, I just seen that news, yesterday. So that was just interesting. Um, so let's go back to where we are. So IQE, CRCE, all of that basically. Closing your eyes during extreme fears, it went up big time. Marvel today, also student talk about Marvel. Just here went up how much? 31%, just like that. Yeah, Marvel is on our list I sent you last week as well. This is a powerful list. You might want to take a screenshot of this list. Any of this stock basically is crazy. Basically, Marvel, ARMS, lots of students own ARM. Intel is here, and Micron, Micron is here as well. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. Now we know exactly when stock is going to come down. No, we know exactly when stock is going to go up using our strategy. What is the only thing that makes a difference is the fear. This is it. The only training now that see how look, you can have all these beautiful theory stuff. You know that, oh, February, you know that stock is gonna come down, you already know. And you all probably already know that this year there's another stock crash. You probably already know. But what is gonna make the difference is never giving up, is consistently growing and investing in yourself, but more importantly, is a fear. Yeah. So this is why it's a fear of doing. Okay. So proud of a lot of you. Well done. Cool. Let's go back in this. The only thing missing is a certificate. Wow, 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 wow. I mean, well done. I mean, well done. Well done. Haven't got a husband or a wife. Cool. So let's come back to this. Well done, Esther. We need a certificate. Well done. Cool. So let's come back to this right now. So yeah, let's go down the list a little bit. So we have this ARM. Just trying to familiarize yourself with some of these names, because when the time comes when we buy, you kind of know things a little bit. ARM Holding, you can see these are all moonlight going on like that. Yeah, moonlight going on like that, really beautifully. Awesome. Awesome. Rikin is asking, are you spread betting Bitcoin? You never spread betting on Bitcoin. All right. This is a Coinbase account. You can use a Binance account. This is a Binance account. You can use a Binance account or Coinbase account. What if we bought Google shares, should we sell? Well, if you're in profits, then it's fine. You can this all these big stocks, they are doing well. They eventually gonna go up nicely. I was asking, can you look at VSCO guidance, SpaceX IPO? Would you buy? Let's talk about SpaceX a little bit, guys. Let's talk about SpaceX IPO date. Okay, I personally think this is a date where market crash, but don't quote me on that. So January 12th, I will tell you why. Because SpaceX is one of the biggest hype you ever seen. Even before it launched, it's already valuation at 1.5 trillion, almost 2 trillion. Okay. Now, a lot of people is gonna rush into buying SpaceX straight away. Okay, a lot of people is gonna rush into buying it. I don't know why, but it's just the hype they have around it. Everyone is asking how to buy. It's just one of these things. So what it's gonna do is that everyone money's got stuck. So normally people who do stocks and shares, their money all got stuck somewhere already because they already invested. So what happened in order for you to buy this SpaceX? What's happened? You've got to sell your stocks. You got to sell your beautiful index. You got to sell your beautiful ETF. You got to sell a lot of these beautiful stocks. You make a lot of money big time to buy SpaceX. And when you sell, you give out a lot of supply. We call it too much supply. Money, you're selling too much supply of stocks because people are selling all their stocks to go all in into SpaceX. So that's where you want to be very careful. And it also combined with our seasonality really, really beautifully like that. Where is it? Our season. People say you need a certificate. We actually have a certificate, guys. You go to the end of the week training on the website. You actually got a certificate. You actually got it. You just have to download the certificate. Certificate is is on the training. Now let's have a look. We're gonna click on, let me see, click on this. Yeah, so it's just okay. Let's click on the season a little bit. So we're just gonna be, yeah, this is just 12, yep, 12 September, just right there. That's what SpaceX kind of happened then there. Okay. But I personally wouldn't get into that straight away. As we talk about SpaceX, when it launched, there are some insiders who sell straight away, who wait for 90 days and sell. That's gonna be a proper crash, 90 days and sell. There's some lockup period for SpaceX. And when they sell big time, that's where things gonna really bottom big time, and then before it went back to the moon again. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. Oh, can I buy any stocks now? Yes, you can. There's no harm to buy any stocks now. It's just that you need to mentally prepare that it might come down a little bit. If you really, really want to buy anything, I recommend, in the training for beginners to do, £50 on IGUS. Every week I talk about it and people don't do it. People don't do it. People are waiting. I don't know what they're waiting for. If you haven't owned IGUS, or if you own a little bit already, buy £50 on IGUS immediately at the market price is a very good thing to do. Okay? So that's kind of what happened. Yeah. For the rest, we're just gonna wait for extreme fear so that things comes beautifully. So yeah, all of this, because if you buy things like some very beautiful stuff like Google, for example, like let's say you want to buy Google, you don't want to wait. Well, there's no harm for you not waiting, literally no harm. Like, for example, let's say you get in at all-time high in February time, which is what happened there. So it went down around from 35 to 27. 35 to 27, how much is that? So I use 35 minus 27, that is 8. 8 divided by 35, it went down around 20%. Is it just 20%? Yeah, probably 20%. 34, 27 is 8. 8 divided by 34. 8 divided by 34. Yeah, around 22%, 23%. So you just have to mentally prepare. If you put £100, it will go down 8 to £80. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. No, usually it's like that. But if you just aim there, then you won't see the negative for so long, and it's gonna come back quite nicely then. Okay. So not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Okay, so let's go back to finviz.com right now. So I want to talk about there are three stages of market crash. All right, just to talk about three stages of bull market. All right, the three stages of bull market. Most people do not know this. We normally only share this for apprentices, but I will show you right now. This is the three stages, okay? The first stage of the bull market is where people who already crashed big time in the past. This is like the one that already bottomed, okay? Your Bitcoin, for example. We talked about Bitcoin just now. This guy already bottomed in February, okay? In February. I'm talking about this Iran war right now, yeah? February. It kind of bottomed in February. Same thing with last year in Liberation Day. Some of these stocks has already been hit big time. They kind of found a bottom there already. Okay, so that's the first stage. So after the first stage, and then you will see that some stocks, some really strong stocks, really strong stocks, also bottom a little bit quicker. Okay, some certain stocks will bottom quicker. These are normally stocks that is super wanted. Okay, I will show you some example of the stocks. Actually, the screenshot I just show you there, those stock doesn't already kind of bottom then. All right. So this is February time. Even in March time, they don't really gone down a lot more. But the real March bottom happened in 30th, isn't it? So during this time, usually all the stocks is gonna go up together. Literally, all the stocks gonna go up together. But certain stocks is going to go up way more than anybody else. Okay. This is a time where if you close your eyes, if you buy any stocks, you will make money. But not all companies that you bought, it's going to make you that much money. So usually the one that's going to make you a lot of money is the guidance that really increase big time, at least 50%, even 100%. Like everything that you saw just now, the momentum, the cradle, a lot of these beautiful things that you saw, their guidance increased really big. Okay, and there are some stocks that is like, so yeah, so during this stage, and then during this stage, as you say, defensive stocks will normally start going up a little bit. Okay, this is what happened to your energy stocks going up at that time, and your utility stocks are also going up at that time. And then once you get to a stage where the bottom kind of happens, so everything goes up together, but the one that guidance grow big time is gonna go up even more. And then eventually the one that guidance grow up more, they started to fall now. Okay, they started to fall. Okay, some of the guidance stock that started to go up big time, they started to tremble a little bit. Okay, hence you see Meta started to tremble a little bit. Alphabet started to tremble a little bit. Good Bitcoin started to tremble a little bit. A lot of things started to go down a little bit now. Okay, like what else is started to go down? Tesla go down a little bit, and yeah, so a lot of these stocks started to go down a little bit then. Yeah. And then there will be a final rally by some of the stocks that has no chance to rally during this situation, because some stocks are still dead. Okay. Some stocks are still dead. Those stocks are no, it's called, people are replacing those stocks. These are the bottom of the stocks. Okay. Right now, people are trying to replace software stocks. So a lot of your software stocks are dead for the, during market rally that time. It's only started to do well in these few days time, actually in the past 1 week. Okay, when we are almost at the end of the cycle, okay, they started to rally a little bit. And that's all you're seeing. So basically, when everyone else's, the top stocks was rallying, the bottom stock was rallying, the not wanted stock was rallying, when everyone already rallied, already finished, then only then you have a happy correction, because everyone kind of bought in already. Everyone will be like, oh, let me just put money into the market. Euphoria. They get very impatient. Let me just put money into the market. And when everyone put money into the market already, that's when it started to come down really nicely. And if I show you an example, this happened during the last times as well. You can see during April time. This went up really, April, the Liberation Day, and it went up really beautifully. Okay. And some certain stocks kind of struggle already in September, in September time, in October time. But certain stocks that is quite dead during this time, they started to have another rally. They started to rally then. This is like your UNH. If I show you UNH, for example, United Heath, yeah. So if I show you, if you remember the last extreme field that we have last year, this is like last year will just be. Yeah, 7th of April here. Okay. 7th of April, everyone was already rallying. United Health. Okay, this is a healthcare group. Everyone was already rallying. So 7th of April. So this guy also rally a little bit, but it doesn't really rally big time. It doesn't really gone up big time. So it continued to do nothing from May. This is last year, July, August, really doing nothing for quite a long time. So is unwanted. No one wants this. But during the end of the bull market, this started to do quite well then. Can you see? So the end of the bull market, this was started to do quite well. Actually, even here, yeah, in August time, this is last year, almost the end of the bull market last year. It started to do quite well then. And then it come back again. We call it a dead cat bounce sometimes, which is what we are seeing in software a little bit right now. Let me show you. If I show you all the sector just properly, let me just remove all of that. Okay, let me show you just so you can see. So you can see all of these sectors, consumer discretionary went up like that. This is extreme fear. Consumer staples went up, started to come down. Consumer staples. This is like, some of your staples, defensive stocks can be tobacco. Healthcare, it went up, started to pull back. You can see some stocks have started to pull back now. Industrial, this is the March. Iran war went up. Industrial are still up then. This is like Boeing. Information technologies went up like that. And real estate went up, coming back down a little bit. This is why your Lena, your your home building stocks coming back down. Communication services went up, come back down like that. Your Netflix, your Meta, your Google, all of that. And utilities, where is that? Yep, like that, went down. So you can see the utilities almost at the bottom now. You can see this is where we asked our students to buy a little bit of utilities the other day. If you haven't bought it back, bought £100, £50 is fine. Utilities and financial. This is a bottom of 2 months ago, and it went up and it's going sideways like that. And the last one is just the energy. So energy is a totally different thing. It went down during when the war finishes, it went down. Now maybe it's gonna come back a little bit up there. Okay, maybe it's gonna come back a little bit up there. So energy and utility maybe gonna come back, and the rest might rotate a little bit. But what I want to do, I want to do the small parts. I want to do the industry. Let me see. How can I do the industry? Because during technology stocks, there's a lot of smaller components. We call it a certain industry. Indices, all indices, sectors, currencies, stocks, biggest company, futures, heat map, corporate ETFs, S&P sectors. These are all the sectors. We've done that. During these sectors, we have the smaller bits called, during these sectors, we should have the smaller bits that we have consumer, US major. Let me see. Think these actually show it. I'm just trying to see if these guys show us that smaller bits. Because in a consumer discretionary, for example, there's a small component inside. Not this. What is it? Seasonals. Okay. Technical community news. Anyway, let's go to Finviz. Finviz is going to show us quite a little bit there. It would be nice if it is a chart, but let's go to this map a little bit on here. Cool. So yeah, you can see technology. We have technology have smaller bits. We have software. We have like hardware. We got all of that. So you see right now, our semiconductors and all of that is there. Let's have a look. Let's see. ETS. Anyway, let's go to 1 month performance. Yeah, even in 1 month, software used to be quite red. Now it's quite green now because of what happened last week. It's almost gone back to normal. Okay. The one is red is utilities now and some of your energy. Let's look at 2 months. Mm, 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 mm. Ooh, let's look at charts. Basic material, communication, defensive. So a lot of things are coming down a little bit now. Now the one that's really going to the moon is still the technology. Okay. If I show you what happened last time or last year, just to show you a little bit. Okay, so let's look at last year. Last year, you can see June, July, August. Okay, this guy went up big time till November time. Okay, November time. So the one that's really rallying, they were rallying big time. Um, let's see. This is all the way to November. Real estate to November. Industrial to November. You can see healthcare suddenly going high up, even though when everyone else's finishes. Can you see? Let me show you again one more time. You can see this technology went up big time. Okay. Suddenly, some healthcare stocks, which is your UNH, United Health, your Lilly, Eli Lilly, your Hims and Hers, and all of that, they continue to went up continuously nicely to the top there. Okay. So let's see a little bit more. Then communication services continue. Basic materials as well continue to go up big time. Basic material is like your it's like your gold, like your silver, and a lot of that basic material stuff. Yeah, like your mining stocks. So they continue to went up big time like that. Okay, continue to go up big time like that. Um, while a lot of your technology stocks kind of started to go down there. So you can see some sector rotation kind of going on. And there's a catalyst. That's the reason why this happened. You need to know the catalyst. You need to know the reason. So the reason why healthcare started to do so well, even though so many things happening, because we have these new drugs going on, new health fattening drugs, which is really popular last year and this year. So really spiked the whole industry big time. And AIs, say gonna cure cancer and all of that. Um, and yeah, basic material, mining stocks, your goal, because wars are coming, people are swapping their into minings and all of that. So that's what went up big time. So you always have the catalyst. So today we have a catalyst on a software stock. So a lot of your software stocks, whether it's Palantir, ServiceNow, Microsoft, a lot of these software stocks. Let me just show you. Software ETF. Software ETF. Yeah. So a lot of your software stocks in the past, it's called a deck, it's a bounce like that. If I show you a little bit, you can see it went up really nicely then. And then during the end, they don't really come up. You can see during the extreme fear that we've got that day. Yep, it went up a little bit, but very tiny compared to the rest. The rest was going up big time. And then now we have a final spike then. Okay. When the volume is too high, then we also want to say goodbye to these software stocks already. You're almost there at all-time high there. So trimming some of your software stocks is not the end of the world. We have things like ServiceNow. Wow, eventually all of this is going to go up to all-time high. No doubt about that at all. They're all going to go up to all-time high. And hopefully by 10 of They started to do something then. Yeah, but these are a little bit undervalued at the moment. Yeah, your software used to be very undervalued, now it's okayly undervalued compared to many other things. Given that Jensen Huang went to on stage on yesterday, the Nvidia boss went on stage on yesterday, talk about software is not dead. Okay, he talk about software is not dead, and a lot of earnings. Software needs to keep coming with great earnings. Today we have Palo Alto as an earnings. It went up another 11%. I own some Palo Alto. So it's going to be good for software. Tomorrow, software is going to go up again. So we're going to rebound a little bit on our software. Palo Alto right now, while we are speaking, it went up. It went up crazy. I own some Palo Altos as well. Let me show you. You have to log in and log out a little bit. I wouldn't be buying now because it spiked out a little bit. Okay, let's look at some of the guidance of a lot of these stocks to see how they do. And we take it from there. So let's go to some of these individuals kind of stocks now. Hopefully it's a good news. Let's look at what Palo Alto is going to do. If it is good, then a lot of your stocks that you own, like Palantir, Microsoft, ServiceNow, what else? All of these software stocks, yeah, there's been crashed big time by AI. It's going to be like not so bad, you know. So let's introduce some terms so you understand, because we are in a I want to increase your circle of competence. So we have some rocket space stocks, guys. Okay, space stocks. Some stocks that own space. We're gonna be buying them during extreme fear. This is like Rocket Lab. Why space? Because they say that AI data center is too is too space consuming. They want to put it on the space. So this is what we got. We have AST Space Mobile. We've got a lot of all of that. All right. And a lot of computers now. We want to have AI in the computer. So a lot of stocks has been going up nicely, like Dell, like Lenovo, Asus, or Asus, whatever how you say it. Acer, whatever that is, a lot of these computing stocks going to Microsoft, like you were trying to be more AI now. I will show you later on. They all went up big time. Your software stocks, like your Adobe, okay, your Adobe, just trying to understand so that you understand some category of this. Your category, because you're gonna be buying them when the time comes, but you can't buy it if you don't know what that is. Yeah, you won't have the conviction to hold them if you don't know what that is. And your Essential, your Essential, your software stock, your Fair Isaac, your Salesforce, your Snowflake, all of that. The reason why I can name it just like that, because I've been doing this for many, many years. And so I memorize some of the names by heart. And what I'm trying to memorize their guidance by heart. That's what I'm trying to do. Lumentum guidance, I know they double, and Cradle guidance double, Astrolab guidance double, and when you know Palantir almost double. So when you know that by heart, their guidance, how they do, you have the conviction, oh, should I sell? Should I sell? But you know they double, you wouldn't want to sell them. So so that's what gives the conviction to hold on to a certain stocks, because you know if the guidance double, the stock will double. So if you haven't doubled your money, you don't sell it yet. You only sell when it double. Today we also have Broadcom earning comes out. Let's see Broadcom earnings right now. BROCAM. Did it come out? Potentially, let me see. Not sure. Anyway, let's go to our stock screener right now to really filter through some of these trades. Okay, like some time ago, we found some stocks let me see, what do we get? I accidentally deleted most of the stuff, like Findy Limited, like shorting Findy Limited, Ilia. Let's have a look what's going on. Findy Limited. This is the last week. If you remember, this is Tuesday. You went down really, really nicely then. If you do the homework, you should have shorted then rather than there. Yeah? You can short it a long time ago. Findy Limited. That's what we talked about last week. Ilaya. A lot of these shorting stocks, you will make money, but you just have to wait for a bit. Yeah? Because we are not downturn yet. S&P 500 hasn't come down yet. So let's go to stock screener right now. the most boring stuff in the world, but with the most important stuff, market screener. Really powerful tool. Now, later on, rather than keep fighting for shorting stocks, we're going to be looking for buying stocks, okay? But right now, as you say, things are a bit what, so we're just doing this. But from a little bit onwards, I want everyone to come on here. We want to buy stocks every week, okay? To a certain point after this extreme fear, we will every Tuesday, we want to buy stocks every week. Every week we buy a little bit, a bit, a little 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 bit. I think that's a right way to do it. Okay. Yes, you're gonna come down, you're gonna lose some money, but that's fine. Um, at least we are doing it. Especially for apprentices, we're gonna be like, make sure you spend it all. So what we do, we're gonna click guidance decrease first, like always. Yeah. Like every week, I think we should first we filter some really good stocks and then we hold them and we continue to hold them till the end. And if it really comes down, if it's negative, it's fine. We celebrate. Cool. So these are some of the stocks that is guidance decreases. We start with this first because just to get a feel of whether stock is going to come down or not. All right. So let's click on that. Philip Morris, hello, ME. Click on all of that. Doot, 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 doot. May Lee, -7. When was last one? Salesforce. Okay, let's open this first. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna find some really bad stocks to short, so that I don't like to do this anymore, but we're still doing shorting right now because it's almost the time. Will be nice to do it next week, but it's okay. But from a little bit onwards, we will be finding two stocks to buy and two stocks to sell. And you have to click the button every week. Yeah, that's what happened. You have to click your button every week if you want to make money. So we're gonna use some a little bit more advanced situation. Really, really, really trying to target all of the things if it continues to go up. Yeah, like really targeting as many stage together. It's not the easiest way to be like, oh, let's pinpoint this sector, pinpoint that sector. It's not the easiest way, but patience is really important. But let's look at the first one. OD Tech. Expect revenue to decline. So we will usually just short this straight away without even waiting. Because this is Israel based, so you might not be able to find it. So we're just gonna call it a day on this. We want to know what in the past. Philip Morris. Let's have a look on this. We just want the guidance, lower the full year guidance from 8.36 to 8.31. Okay. It's not a lot. Update financial projects, adding that you expect to carry value will be less. Expect the carrying value of his investment will be less than 100 mil. To pay 32 billion to settle all smoking lawsuits. Morris booking roughly 500 impairment charge to carrying value. Morris charge will clip its reported earning by 33%, lowers its full year guidance from 7.56 to 7.18. Tobacco company. It's a tobacco company. We can short this a little bit. Philip Morris. Just gonna put it on here first. Second opportunity. Let's see if we can find anything better than that. This is a tobacco company like that. Yeah. So when we come to the shorting, you kind of want to make sure you align with your seasonality and and trying to make sure the whole sectors is down. So we'll come back to that. Hello group, let's have a look. This is a Chinese company with RMB, represents 6.5. What is this? Expect total revenue decrease of 6. We usually short this like that straight away, but we don't know what happened in the past. So we couldn't really do it because we don't know what happened in the past. Right, come back. This is Me Group. This is a UK company based in Epsom. Group photo booth business was impacted, reduced demand for official ID because no one is traveling, so no one is taking pictures. It's down 17% compared to 6%. The higher margin also impacted. Their peers also got impacted. Revenue from the sales of equipment, the improvement. Expect full year to be in the range of 69 compared to 78. So it's a huge drop, isn't it? Let's get this in. Me Group. It's a photographic company. And what happened? Their revenue dropped around 10%. And you want to know the reason why? Me install laundry machine. Wow. To make money, you want to install laundry machine. The higher margin impacted grew 2%, but the photo booth business impacted by reduced demand. Okay. So that's what he says. No one is traveling. That's what he says. There's Me Group. Let's look at these South. What is this? What is this going on? I'm loading a little bit. Cool. Let's have a look. Um, Here's our news. The Gap. Yeah, revises earnings for up sales compared to previous. So down 1%. It's not huge. Net interest 25 mil compared to last time 10. Expect 2.83. Not too bad. This is let's refresh all of this page. Show what's going on here. Do. John Matthew. We expect lower our target price, reduce earnings, capex. Nothing much, nothing much. This is an AI center. Outlook was negative. Guidance was low to mid-single digit, remains below market expectation. In line with consensus. Free cash flow in line with consensus. Not huge. We're looking for something huge. Van Ely. Can't find this stock. Wow, what is this going on? Refresh this. See what's going on here. I don't own Market Screener, but apprentices, we're gonna get it for free. So let's have a look. Pemberbrook revises expect net income 18 variance to previous outlook. This is actually good news to this because previously this was negative 0.7, now is 18. It's actually really, really good. Yeah. Pebblebrook Hotel. Let's keep this. We might buy this. Okay, let's ask our AI to see what's going on with this. Mm, 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 mm. Give me the past 8 most recent earning guidance of this guy. Oh, it's a loss. Sorry, it's a loss of 8.2 and loss of 2.2. So they lose a lot more. So build a bear. You already see what happened in the past. Copper. We don't really see what happened in the past. Homer food. Reaffirm is the same. We want Li Auto. Mm. Ubisoft. This is a France company. Expect a high single-digit margin, which are more conservative. That significantly. Mm. Salesforce. Okay, let's look at Salesforce a little bit. This is um to do with your what? Software stocks. Reported quarterly top expectation, the cloud posted exceed. Let's see. Despite the solid annual guidance, slightly disappointed with the market, sending the stocks down. Salesforce now forecasts full year revenue 45, but slightly below analyst expectation. The company continued to face investor scrutiny on the impact of artificial intelligence on the traditional business models of the software vendors. Vetting agent force platform, analyze business jump, group benefit, Salesforce maintaining, and all of that. So we need to ask AI on that. Do the same for Salesforce. After Salesforce, what we have? We've got Zscaler, Zscalers as well. What are we trying to do? We're trying to get the eight guidance. You remember on week 4, we talked about you have to plot the 8 guidance beautifully. So let's get this Pember Hotel we talked about just now. April 28. Shouldn't be April, should be May. February, November. Hmm. Are we looking? If this is April, you could have bought it in April. If this is what it says, you could have bought it there. Let me show you. It says cut outlook. Outlook initial was cut, was raised, was lower. Initial full year outlook, and then finally raised. So it would be a good news. April 28, you would have bought Pemberwell Hotel. April 28, which is just here. Yeah, just bone there went up nicely. But market screen was showing something kind of difference. Okay. It's like a turn around. A turn around a little bit. Cool. Let's see. Let's find anything we can buy and sell. Now, let's look at our AI sales force. Used to be 8%. 8%. This is a quarter, yeah? Full year guidance. That's what we're going to look at. When you plot it properly, 8%, 8%, 9%, 10%, 11%. Let's look at the numbers. 41, 41, 45. 45 is very similar. It will be nice to have an increase on the number. Margin was very similar as well, May and February. It would be nice to increase the number. The rest are very similar. Slightly raised to the revenue, everything was the same. It's not a worse situation. It should gone up on the day, which is May 27. What Salesforce? Let me show you something beautiful. So during the day, I think it went down massively, May 27. Yeah, it went down really massively on that day. You can see even though sometimes you see earnings was red, was really bad, the bad. Earnings was good. When we read the earnings just now, there's nothing bad. Pay attention a little bit. And when you read the earnings here, they are all good, slightly raised to revenue, a little bit raised, but the rest were the same. That's not bad. But because market was expecting a lot, because I think the day before was snowflake or something, it went up massively, 30%. So it went up, so it went down massively on that day. So you might be very sad on that day because wow, 1 minute, things comes down. But the day after, things started to go up nicely and beautifully then because the guidance actually went up. And you see the guidance was slightly raised. It's not a guidance coming down on the May 27th. Let me repeat. When the earnings release on 27, stock went down massively just here. Can you see? 27, when the market closes, it went down massively. You wait. Suddenly tomorrow morning is the same. And then it just went up beautifully then. So this is to say that don't follow emotions so much. Yes, one day it might be negative because investors haven't even read the financial reports yet. They're just reacting based on what they like. And then once it came down beautifully, great opportunity for you to come back up. And if you don't buy, the company itself is going to do their own stock buyback. Do you remember companies cannot buy their own stock until later? So a day later, 2 days later, they are doing their own stock buyback. You can see in the volume. Yeah, the volume spiked big time. So you're not buying their own stock they are buying. They have that stock buyback. This is just to go a little bit more detail for you. Zscaler, let's have a look. So another software stocks, 77772799836 875. So increase beautifully, 23%, 22%. Again, we would like to increase big time, but it's okay. 24, 24, to 3.2, 3.3. They are all increasing. So you can see software are not dead. Okay, it's not like 30%, it's only 22%, it's only 24.7%. It's not like huge percentage like what you see in Micron 100% increase, guys. It's like the back in Nvidia in 2023, like SanDisk 100% increase, Credo 100%, not 100%, Credo probably at 30, 20%. And yeah, a lot of these big stocks that you saw, our baby stocks on apprentices, they went up big time. 747, 200. For apprentices, we have a special list, yeah, just for apprentices to buy and sell. Now, EPS guidance. So it was all raised. Revenue outlook looks soft, but it was all good. You can see they are all good. Zscaler also looks good. Let's see, look what happened to Zscaler. Yeah. So this is what happened to Zscaler. Another software stock has been going down big time because AI is eating them. That's what they say. And then it went down big time. And then when the earnings release happened, which is 26, which is here, it went down. Wow, went up big time. Let me read it carefully. So 26, this is what? 87, 3.2, 3.3, 24, 80%. Okay, let's read it we need to see a trend, guys. Let's look at the trend. 600, 635. Okay, let's start from 604, 633, 30, 30, 30 million more. 665, 70. Hence, you want to draw as many possible. 772, 79, and then 834, 875. So it's 50 million more. Last time was, so it's okay. Q2 to Q3, Q2 to Q3, 40 million more. So it's more. That's okay. Full year. Full year guidance. Let's look at the full year. 2.6, 2.6, 2.6. Wow, always 2.6, guy. This guy is not growing. 2.2, 3.3, 3.32. Okay, a little bit raise 3.3 to 3.32. If you ask me, it's not actually raising. 3.3 to 3.32. What is the raise? Yeah, it's okay though. It's not the worst. Five. But if I show you micron, wow, your mind gonna blown. 562, 572, 700, 774. And what else? 1.08. Cool. So it's okay. It's not a big increase, but yeah, eventually it should go back up big times as well. It's not a massive increase. That looks good. Okay, so let's come back to wherever we are looking for. Z scalar plummet 31%. Business outlook failed met main investing expectation. Overshadow with a Q3. Let's read it. Cyber security software. The CEO says our result demonstrate our approach is resonating. We see significantly long term. Raises full year guidance between 3. But people want a little bit more than that. The stock price are under pressure. Furthermore, early indication suggests 700 basis points slowdown in year-over-year growth and fall below analyst expectation. Lowers its target profit, reflecting a lower margin. The growing adoption reinforces the need for zero archi. Wow. The adoption of AI reinforces the need for zero trust in architecture. Ultimately, company must demonstrate better execution to avoid being penalized by investor. Yeah. So yeah, the numbers is good. It's rising, but they're just fiddling out the numbers. Raise a little bit, like never, 3.3 full year revenue to 3.32. Your salary 3.3 last year, today is 3.32. So it's almost nothing. Yeah. So even the EPS is only 1 to 1.08. Let me show you. Do the same for Micron, SanDisk. What else? Anything really. Even Credo is fine. Alastera Lab is fine. Let me show you some differences. Cool. So that's Dick Sporting. Let's have a look. Lowest is full year profit forecast, margin pressure, strong demand, launch sweep, expect. Compare previous was 13.7, now it's 13.2. So it looks like it's dropping. Okay, 13.7 to 13.32. It'll be nice to drop big. Lowest is full year forecast, full profit. The food, the sales saw encouraging early sign, on track by back to school opening. Double-digit comparable sales. Meanwhile, annual sales growth forecast to rise between 2.5 compared to while the food local business expect to grow 1.5. So it's not the end of the world. Dick Sporting. Let's see if we can short this guy. Okay, it's like all-time high like that. So yeah. So if you short it at all-time high, your take target profit will just be here. So you want to run once you see this. Very similar to oil. Let's talk about oil for a bit because, you know, people are, oil is like that. You can see the support and resistance line here. So if you see profit on oil, you want to run already. Okay. This is what happened to oil. This is a support line. Okay. And this is the resistance line. So you short at 10, 11 here. You short it come back down. Now it's 9. So that's what happened. I wouldn't recommend to buy. If you want to buy oil, you can buy energy sector. Don't buy oil. Because when there's a deal, you just finish. You can buy Occidental Petroleum, for example, like what Warren Buffett does. Now let's look at Dick Sporting. Yeah, this guy. Full year guidance, expect 22, 1.7, 1.68 previously. So it's down a little bit. 1.7, 13.2. Let's short this guy. Are we gonna short it to the support only though? Short to the support only. I'm gonna copy and paste that because this is kind of like all-time high. And a lot of students already short it on the 27th of May. When they see all of these decreases and stock is at all-time high, they've been doing the homework big time. The homework is super easy to do. You see me doing so many times. And yeah, you see the big spike of volume, 27th of May, you'll be like, wow, this is it, time's up. And you click the button, 27th of May, okay? You click that button, they're here. 27, let's say you get late a little bit, then let's say whatever that day is. Yeah, here, you see your volume spike, like, oh, wow, let me just come down really beautifully like that. Yeah, big spotting. Target could be 19, could be 20, a little bit here, you take your profit out. Yeah, it could go up a little bit, even before it come back down, maybe. Cool. So that's Dick Sporting. Let's get something else. Dick Sporting, Bath and Bath, reaffirm, lowers their fair value. Royal Caribbean, Sunlight, Chewy, Kering, South Africa, Alpha, 7 minus 7. Dollar Trees, Take Two. I think we done this the other day. Amcor, Flowers. All right, let's look at the last bit. What is this? Alpha value. Reduce the forecast growth 7 from 10 after pharmaceutical reaffirm. Currency outlook constant currency growth. So it's reaffirm means it's the same. So I'm gonna cut this. Dollar Trees. This is a food and hygiene. 3 to 4 full year outlook. Move its outlook to 1 to 3%. Lowers its EPS 6 from 6.5. Account for higher fuel and energy cost. Thursday is where the result is. So they haven't come out yet. It's on Thursday. Take two slide on cautious. I think we done that last week. Done that. It's not huge numbers. Flower food. So 5 representing a 1.8 change. It's a bit small. Dollar Tree. Let's look at this. Okay, not yet. Cool. So that's kind of what happened. This is maintaining. We don't do things as maintaining. Sunland Technology. This is in China. Chewy. To lower high end of sales guidance. That's okay. High end is still in the end with Curry. Okay, so this is what happened. Yeah, that's the one that is about to come down a little bit. Usually we want to find things that's going up as well, or study a new stock that is going up big time. So rather than just looking at coming down, we will be clicking the things that's going up. It will be nice if some of you do it. Actually, if all of you do it, just find one that guidance actually increased big time. Like Palo is here today. Alta Beauty, you know, a lot of these famous one. Let's have a look. Signet Jewelries, Dollar General Races, Victoria's Secrets was here. Quantum Computing, City Trend. It's a bit too HP. HP, a lot of people make a lot of money. JetBlue, Micron, HPE, British Tobacco confirms outlook. Gulf, British Tobacco. Microchip projects 65% growth in data center. A lot of growth on all of these companies. Credo announced today GMR provides earning guidance. A lot of this, if you familiarize yourself, HP, JetBlue, Humona, Foxconn. And if you increase big time, you can actually click the button straight away. Elastic. I think we done Elastic the other day. Asda. Yeah. So Dell, going crazy. Dell rally 40% on the strong Nvidia. Lenovo was going up big time. Asus was going up big time. All of these computer stocks are going up big time. Dell, Pango, Autodesk. We've done that as well. Yeah. So that's kind of what happened then. Let me see. Just super fast. South Africa, Dollar Tree, Palo Alto. Let's get Palo Alto real quick, guys. It is after hours, it went up 7% today. So Palo Alto reported result beating expectation, raised a full year guidance, capitalization, cybersecurity, announcement welcomed by the market, up 10%. Okay. So revenue up 31%, bolstered by the acquisition during this growth. Reported a net loss of 177 compared to a net profit of 262. For the current quarter, forecast was 3, raises its annual guidance 11.42. I think we've done that, no? Recent advancement, intelligent models have profound transformed IT security challenges, reinforce the urgency. The group is benefiting from renewal. Investor fear that AI might undermine certain software vendors. Palo Alto is participating in all of that. Okay. So is that Ultra Beauty? The 28 to 28.36. A little bit up, a little bit up. Signal Jewelry, let's see how much it went up. 8.8 now to 9.2. Well, if these kind of retail stocks started to go up, guys, Nike might start to go up a bit as well. Nike has been quite. Let's see. Dollar General races the outlook 7.1, 7.2. That's quite similar. Victoria's Secrets. Yeah, a lot of these retail, stocks been going up, raising the full year targets. Almost a 40% surge in the stock as the market opens. The group benefited from stronger than anticipated demand, the reduction in tariff costs. CEO highlighted double-digit growth across all business segments, driven by brands and all of that beautiful stuff. Company forecast 7 up from 6.8. More than 100 mil above his previous guidance. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, let's look at Micron. Yeah, we talk about the difference. Can you see the difference? 18 to 33 is a clear double. Clear. Gross margin, clear increase. 8, 19, double. So the stock double. Sun, this is the same. 4, 7, that's almost double. 12, 30, triple. Astral Lab is almost the same, 0. If you see guidance double, it's going to double. Do the same for Victoria's Secret. Do the same for Victoria. So if you put £10 in any of these stocks that guidance double, your life is almost settled. Do for Victoria's Secrets as well, including today's earning, please. Okay. So I'm gonna wait for Victoria's Secret, see if we can buy Victoria's Secret. If Victoria's Secret stocks went up like that, it can be a good news for Nike, Nike, which is being killed big time. But Tim Cook, Apple CEO, recently bought Nike. Quantum Corporation, that's crazy. Expect revenue 77, above the high end of 66. This is huge. Guys, Quantum is coming back. Who is Quantum? Provide artificial intelligence. Wow, this is computer hardware. Who is the friends of Quantum? Let me see. This also went up big time. Look, previously was 68. That was already very high guidance. It went to 77. You see, it's so easier. So much easier. Give me the friends and family for Quantum. Give me the competitors for Quantum. So Victoria's Secret today, 2nd of June, yeah? Look, let's see if it is clear. So it used to be 1.31. Okay, let's just Quantum first. Let me type the Quantum in. All right. So let's look at Victoria's Secrets a little bit. Who bought things from Victoria's Secret? So 1.3, 1.38. What is this? 1.39, 2.1, 1.4, 1.59. Okay. And then the full year last time was 6, now 7. Okay. That's quite big. Operation income from 32 to 90, almost 3 times. 430 to 550. Wow. Why is this so high? What's the reason? What happened today? Okay, let's read some Victoria's Secrets, guys. Let's go to Victoria's Secrets. Investor. Because if these retail stocks do so well, maybe retail stocks is gonna come back. People is going to the shop to shop now. I think it's summertime. Let's click on this. Summertime, guys. People is ready. People are ready. So let's click on this earnings to buy things from Victoria's Secret. Let's click on that. June today. Let's see what's the reason they do so well. So raises a full year guidance to 7 operating income, deliver a very strong start, exceeding. Let's see if last summer is also doing so well. Let's see. Is it a summer thing or not? Q2, Q1. Let's look at last time Q2. Q2 was here. Q2 was here. So last time was 6.2 to only 6.3. Yeah. And 1.38, 1.9. Last time is not so much, 2727. So it's only this year. So let's see why. We deliver a very strong start, okay, really exceeding a lot of these guidance. Continue our momentum in the back. We double digits our Victoria's Secrets. Our customers responded very strongly, driving double digits, increased regular pricing, resulted progress we are making. We're increasing our confidence, our team, don't really say a reason, expanding their customers, gain the product, we all believe our gross margin improvement by selling higher regular price selling, reduce promotions. Oh, no promotions. They raise their price. We need to raise our price, guys. Leverage our buying and occupancy expenses. We deliver EPS. Okay, I think you just raise their price. Capital allocation. Repurchase their stock, of 100 mil. The shares were repurchased previously approved. Authorized 250. Now we still have 150 million remain to purchase. If you don't want to buy it, they buy it. You're gonna have 150 million remain to buy back their own stock. Forecasting in the range of all of that. Company forecasts to be in the sales. Okay. That's interesting. Um, let's see how the chart looks like. If it's gonna be sustained, sometimes it's just one time, sometimes it's all the time. Victoria Secrets went up 47% today. Crazy. So how much is 47%? 80? Wow, it's at 80 now, guys. It's here now. Yeah. If you want to buy this guy during extreme field time, I would say congratulations to you. Yeah. Because the growth was more than 30% as well. Awesome. That is for Victoria. Quantum, what is it? City trend 9 to 11. That's okay. HP went up big times as well. Let me tell you why HP, this company stock went up. Lifted its full year outlook, anticipated. Previous was 2, now 3. People often ask me how much money you're going to make. Let's look at the difference. 2 to 3, how much is that? 3 divided by 2, new divided by O minus O. So it's around 50%. So HP is supposed to make 50% increase in 1 quarter. So let me teach you how to calculate, because sometimes when things are all-time high, you don't know when to sell, isn't it? Like it's like a rocket like that. When is it going to sell like a rocket? I'm going to show you how to calculate now. Listen very carefully. So look, the guidance of the EPS increased from what? 2 to 3. So the guidance increased by 50%. Okay, this is 1 quarter. So 3 months, you should expect your stock to increase by 50%. I mean, yeah, 50%, 50%. Yeah. So in 1 year, we have 4 quarter. So this stock should increase by 200%. Yeah, that's what it says. Now, peg to increase, let me see. Is it a year or is it for fiscal? Okay, sorry, this is the whole year. Okay, let's start again because it's not just a quarter. So because it's a whole year, fiscal 2020 26 3. So they're talking about 1 year, this stock should increase 50%. Why 50%? Because I use the new number minus the old number divided by the old number. Okay, 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 divided by 2 is 50%. So 1 year, if you buy HP, you should make 50% profit. So if it's already increased 50%, you are gone, you are done. Like for example, it's already increased 19%. So you got 30% left on this stock. So if you make 30% left on this stock, then you call it a day. Yeah. Revenue is pegged to grow 29-30 with a firm increase based on this is how we calculate Micron, Nvidia, and all of that. You see how much is the guidance increase in a quarter, and you times 4, and you get 1 year. So Micron should times 4. Okay, you should make four times your money in a year on that at least. So expect 12. So your stop loss will just be 4. Demand was very strong, revenue growth, all of that. Yeah, we will normally just click our button and buy this straight away. It's not the end of the world. If you buy £50 on HP, I want to say congratulations to you. Now, when you buy this, you have to be prepared. Yes, it's going to come down a little bit. During extreme fear, buying HP, I want to say well done. Let's go to the next one. JetBlue, HPE. This is the HP, the same one that we saw just now. Microchip technology, 65%. Will grow. Also a lot of money here. Microchip. Cradle, 465. We need to know what happened in the past. GMR. Cool. We done almost everything. So this is it. Try on your practice account, place all of this. If you want to buy stocks, as I said, no matter who you are, you on the elite training or whatever that is, buy £50 IGUS, a little bit in, just to get familiarize yourself a little bit. Utility stock, if you Body already bought a little bit here, utility ETF, 50 quid here as well, which is also quite nice. And while wait for things to happen. So you kind of like get ready and get warm up. You warm up a little bit because when the time comes, you like, I'm warm up already. So it's easier for you to click that button. Cool. So what do we cover today? We cover about Bitcoin is a leading indicator. Bitcoin is showing some crazy stuff going on there. And then we cover um we talk about MBA. MBA's 1 year is 88,000 pounds. 2 years is 132,000 pounds. You know, lot to learn trading and investing. Lots of people do that. Millions and millions and millions of people. All the schools in the world they have it. And you know, one chapter what you learn here, you already can teach them the whole thing, big time. What do you talk about? So I want to say well done to a lot of you who consistently growing and upgrade yourself to the next level. And what else? We also talk about what do we talk about? We also talk about some sector rotations a little bit. We'll show you the three stages of of the bull market, where the initial stage where like Bitcoin, like a lot of your things where go down first, and then they start to bottom big time. And then once they bottom, you know, the rest started to rally big time. Your crazy high guidance stock is gonna rally first, and then followed by the unwanted one. The last time we see basic material, we see healthcare. This time we see these are also the same. Healthcare as well, basic materials as well. Actually, healthcare especially, they are still continuing to climb like the moon. Let me show you Eli Lilly. You know, Eli, do you spell Eli Lilly? Yeah, Eli Lilly like that. Healthcare, you know, go to the moon a little bit like that. Slowly and gradually. Okay. So that's what we saw, and that's what we cover. We cover that Victoria's Secret stocks, a lot of retail stocks are bouncing it back up a little bit. Yeah, but not sure whether it's just them or what. Because Sport Deacon, Dick Sporting, the stock we talked about was coming down a little bit then. And what else? We talk about a lot of computing stocks, a lot of these different kind of watch list stocks as well. You know, getting some phototronics. And we also talk about, yeah, you finding things that increase big time in terms of the guidance and just put £10 in, put £10 in, £5, £1 in. So you can see how it's actually, you know, go up beautifully like that when things increase big time. Um, yeah. Let me see. We talk about, yeah, we talk about some really beautiful stuff and when to buy Bitcoin and all of that. Awesome. That's it for today. Hope you guys learned something new today. And sit tight, you know, patient and never give up because we are almost there now. So let's have a look. So we've got Ashra saying thank you, Christine saying thank you, you're welcome. We've got let me read. Bruno, I shorted 11K. Is it going to hit that margin? I shorted it since May. Should I sell it or leave it? If you make them profit, then you can take it. Anne, are you share with us when you decide to buy into a stock? Usually, the safest way is during extreme fear time because you know you never know. You never know whether it's going to go up or down. Did Palo Alto show on market screener? But I will try as much. Yes. And is there such thing being too diversify your portfolio? Does having different stocks means your upside will be limited? No, you know, it's fine. It's fine to have different stocks together as long as their growth rate is there. You know, OTG tech is on IG. Nice, Sean. How have you been? Can you show some homework page? This one. Let me see. Victoria's Secret is sharply raising their guidance. Bruno saying that. It says that they also increase new company acquisition. Okay. From what we learned, they cut their promotion and they raise their price. So it's a very good thing. So we're gonna raise our our price as well, our apprenticeship price. Because Extreme Fear is coming soon. What is the link for the homework sheet? Can't find IGUS on IG. Now, all these stocks I asked you to buy, you buy on trading 212 ISA account. Yeah, Kyung. Okay, that's where you bought. Buying stocks, you don't do it on IG, please. And if you want to do this, you can do on eToro. Okay, like with no leverage. And can I have a look at the notes? What notes? Thank you, Mira. Zara, you're well done. Carmen, TOC, as always. Thank you. Awesome, guys. Our Ravan Paul. Nice to see you, Leo. Long time. Time to get to the next level. Eunice, Sean, Bruno. Okay, thank you very much. You're welcome. Enjoying AST Space Mobile. Well done, Patrick. Time to go to the next level so we talk about things properly. Also, we have Zara, Vivian, Toy, Theo, RuPaul, when you're going to text me, Rob, Reshma, Patrick, Nora, long time, Mel, Miki, Leo, Christian, Kyung, John, Janus, Godwin, Evaner, Esra, Anita, we have Barry, Amin, Anil, Awil, Ajay, and also Dr. Ricky. Awesome. Well done, guys. I'll see you guys very, very soon. All the best. Love you guys to bits.